All right. We should be back now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Since, since we had that little kerfuffle, we shall call it, welcome back. And if, of course, you're watching this over on YouTube, remember to hit the like button and also click the link in the description down below. But you should definitely come to the streams. It's always a lot more exciting when you're at the fucking stream. There's Penance. Abaddon, no, it's fine, brother. It's fine. But yeah, if you're gonna link shit like that, link it in Discord. Just link it over on Discord and just tell people, hey guys, go check out this Discord post that I just made that will make you all cream your fucking pants. You know, instead of trying to link it here. Because as far as I know, we are also, so batting Abaddon. As far as I know, we're also responsible for whatever you guys chat. So, yeah. Die without my witty entendres. True. Very true. Well, Asmund wished someone death, and that's what he did too. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to, right? Sometimes you just have to remove the VOD and hope that there are no clips of what the fuck just happened there, you know? And if there are clips, you fucking remove those clips as quickly as possible. Yid Mama, how you doing? Oh, come on, you are almost going to be famous on livestream fails? Dude, no. I wouldn't mind being famous for shit like that. But at the same time, it's the sort of thing where you want to plan the drama that you create perfectly, right? Because if the drama actually leads to you destroying your channel, that's not good drama. You want the kind of drama that's just enough to give you massive views, but not so much that it ultimately ends up like ruining your channel. Humans and orcs, pan-animal para supremacy, zigzags, yeah. But, you know, you believe in the Arbiter as well, so let's just say that your judgment has long since been compromised. No one likes the Arbiter, just fucking you. True. Sadly, if I get banned, it's going to be fucking permanent. For searching a bad dragon on Google, that's going to be such a clickbait title. True. Very fucking true. All right, shall we watch this cinematic? Since that's almost why everyone is here, I guess, is for the cinematic, the launch cinematic, take to the skies. Let's see. Tell me this is CGI. Well, it looks highly CGI, so hopefully it remains CGI. I hope we get more CGI cinematics in Dragonflight than what we got in Shadowlands. All right, here we go, chat. Close. Close, bro. Close. Fuck, these are good graphics, though. Well, hello. Razake. Here we go. Dude, quickly imagine if this is an actual fucking thing that happens in the game. Like, you have to fly away from that big of a fucking dragon. Like, just imagine that. You would shit yourself. Up? Holy shit. All right, I'll tell you why I actually like this cinematic. I actually enjoyed it a lot. And it's the same reason why I enjoyed the launch trailer. What does it actually show off? It doesn't really spoil the story because we know about the Primalists, we know about Razageth, so it does show us the element of the Primalists there, right? It's not a massive story cinematic. It's unlike all of the previous cinematics for most of World of Warcraft's expansions. All this is doing is it's effectively saying, hey, so we're going to have dragons, obviously. So here's all your fucking dragons. We're going to have dragon riding. So here's you riding on dragons. And it shows off the majesty of it all. And it gives you that vibe. You know what this reminded me of? This cinematic specifically. You know what it reminded me of? This.
Four years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
I still get chills whenever I watch this cinematic, though. Fuck yeah, bro. Oh yeah, let's go, the Warlock boy. Orc supremacy, brothers. Orc supremacy. You see, it reminds me of this. It spells out the adventure that you're about to have and shows you what that adventure will entail, but it doesn't spoil it. It doesn't set up for this massive emotional track that gets you super hyped for this specific moment within it. So if you go back to Wondrous, by the way, thank you so much for the follow, dude, really appreciate that. And also the right user with a Prime sub 3 months in a row. Love you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What I get from this, so if you watch the Shadowlands cinematic, for example, and we won't watch it now, but if you watch that, what is the purpose of that cinematic? It gets you really hyped for that cinematic. But because none of what you see there is actually going to be in the game, it doesn't really translate to the adventure that you're about to go on because it takes place in ICC. It doesn't even take place within the Shadowlands. So nothing is shown off about the Shadowlands or the adventure that the Shadowlands will become. It literally is just to create hype around a singular cinematic. Whereas this cinematic, far more muted, far more just chill vibes. Let's just show you the adventure that you're about to embark on. And that's the end of it. If that aligns with you, if that resonates with you, buy the game, come play with us. Let's see how it goes. You know, if it doesn't, hey, you know, better luck next time. I love that because while watching the Dragonflight cinematic, I got these vibes, the exact vibes that I used to get when I saw the World of Warcraft cinematic for the first time, the original, the one that we just watched. I like it. I like it. I think it's well done. It's beautiful. The dragons are huge as fuck. The only thing I'm hoping for now is that we get an actual big dragon fight, like a proper big dragon fight. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I mean. The kind of fight where the camera has to zoom out, like almost twice the normal distance, just so that you can see the entirety of the dragon. Yeah. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want to see. When we fight Razageth, it needs to be that fight. I don't know what technology Blizzard needs to utilize in order to make that happen, but I don't want to see a dragon that is basically like double the size of a normal human or any bullshit like that. No. I want to see proper dragon shit, bro. I want to see proper dragon shit. Aerial dragon combat would be pretty cool, to be honest. Oh, if Blizzard could pull it off. The problem with shit like that usually is that with new technologies, if you try to... So the underwater zone, Vashir, for example, is a good example of Blizzard coming up with technology. The technology kind of works for traversing, and it's a really beautiful zone, but then you get to the combat, and it's just shit. Underwater combat in World of Warcraft just never really worked. That's my problem sort of with aerial combat. They tried it once in the Nexus. What was the dungeon called? Oh my god, what was the dungeon called again? The one with the dragons where you get on Oculus. Thank you. Yes. They tried it with Oculus where, you know, it was boring as shit. You didn't feel like you were riding a dragon. It was very awkward, very sort of stiff. It just didn't work. So I'm very skeptical when it comes to aerial combat. But maybe with this new dragon riding technology, they can pull it off because it would, in theory, be super cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Maximilian Gora style scenario that you must go faster to escape before it leads into the raid dungeon. That could work. Apocalypse, that could definitely work. The Dark Tide trailer. No? I don't think we've ever watched the Dark Tide trailer. Let's see. Is there a new one or is this the old one? I'm assuming this one because it's 5 days ago. So this is probably new. Yeah, we have not watched this.
It is the 41st millennium. For 10,000 years, the Imperium has dominated the galaxy.
Wait, Darktide is coming to Game Pass? Alvin, are you fucking trolling me, bro? Are you pranking? Dude, if this thing is coming to Game Pass immediately, that's gonna bang. I didn't see anything about Darktide coming to Game Pass. Let me just see. Coming to Game Pass. There's nothing here. I mean, coming to Game Pass, pre-install forthcoming releases now. Oh, but wait. When is Darktide launching? Because it's probably not going to be on coming to Game Pass yet. No? On the 30th. Okay, then probably in a week or so, we'll see this. We'll see it coming to Game Pass pop up here. Dude, I was sort of going back and forth between buying Darktide. If it's coming to Game Pass, fuck yeah. I don't have to buy it. I can just play it. That's good. All right, let's get back into this.
There's only war. Every human soul, from the most highborn lord to the most basic servitor, is dedicated to the service of the God Emperor of mankind.
Yep.
The Imperium's battle fleets and armies, from the conscripted soldiers of the Astra Militarum to the elite space marines of the Adeptus Astartes, keep humanity safe from alien threats and cosmic horrors beyond imagining. But there is another war. It is the one in which I serve.
Again, literal translation.
Oh shit, chaos, bro. Wait, did their ship leak? Did their Galler field not work?
Our war is not one of battlefields and fleet engagements. It is waged by the dedicated agents of the Imperial Inquisition. It is fought in the cities and hives of the Imperium. In the back streets and the forgotten sublevels. In hive cities like Tertium.
We are surrounded! Don't get overrun!
Yes, there's Vermintide Raider.
Hurry, Saul!
For if the Inquisition fails, if we fail, the Imperium falls with us.
Shit. Bro, this game is gonna be hype. This game is gonna be super hype, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, love the voice acting already, but that's just because I'm a huge fucking Sylvanas simp. Back bitches, welcome back, Metal fan. Mountain Blade Bannerlord trailer. Yeah, alright. The fuck game is that? I'm assuming 2, right? Dude, I don't want to lie or bullshit anyone here, but imagine in the olden days your commander tells you to storm the ranks and you're looking at all of those archers, what's going through your mind? Like, why did no one look to their commander and be like, no, I'm not doing it? I don't think so. Did you see that they have fucking bows and arrows? I'm gonna get fucking slaughtered before I get there. Fuck no. You go first, fuck. Like, you go and we'll follow. Jesus. I would not fucking do it, bro. It's just like, no way. An arrow would go through my mind. That's why they need to be religious. Yeah, you need to fucking believe that this is the right thing to do, right? Oh. Wait, this is like... Is this like a sort of Civilization kind game? Or is it closer to Stronghold Crusader? If you guys remember Stronghold Crusader. Because you can set up these siege engines, well, it seems like, right? Like, you can set up these sort of siege engine things here. Because the Rome Total War. Alright. Ah. Wow. So you really fight in a fucking army?
And you ask yourself why you charge the bows yourself.
Exactly that. You command a warband army, but like Heroes of Might and Magic, but personal action combat and Total War tactics. Okay. I mean, it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's coming to Game Pass, so may as well play it, right? It's included in my fucking monthly price anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it looks decent. In charge of a castle, and the bastard betrayed me, and I had to lay siege to my own damn fort. It's a very deep game. You can immerse yourself in politics if you want that. It's a godsend for modders. There is a Warhammer Fantasy mod at the moment that is blowing my mind. Dude, but right now, I'm sort of on the guns and futuristic shit. So, I don't know. This game will be one of those games that I'll play eventually, but not right now. Right now, I'm very, very much into the, like, futuristic, either high fantasy stuff or very futuristic stuff. And yes, Ace the Base. I have been a proponent of the Game Pass literally since it launched. I was one of the first people that got Game Pass when it launched in South Africa. I literally think I got Game Pass the day it launched in South Africa, and I have never unsubbed from it. Like, just never. There's no point to. There's so many games that I can play there, and it allows me to try games that I normally wouldn't play or wouldn't even buy because, you know, there are just games that you look at and you go, yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to like this, so maybe I'm not even going to give it a try. And then it's on the Game Pass, so you may as well just fucking give it a try, right? Because it's free. Well, it's not free, but it's kind of free. From a few years ago. I think we watched that already, Caleb. The Warframe shit. But no, before we continue, I promised that we would watch these, where are they now? The Horde and the Alliance cutscene shit. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 cinematics, I'm assuming. Let's start with the first one. Alright, so we'll start with the first one here. This is the Alliance cutscene. Now, before we even start, allow me to say, fuck the Alliance. No one cares. It's all about the Horde. But never mind. We will watch it.
I am pleased that you have accepted our invitation to the Dragon Isles, Lord Commander.
During the dark days of the Cataclysm, the Aspects made great sacrifices to save our world. The Alliance will answer the call and stand together with Dragonkind once again.
Alexstrasza shall be most appreciative. Though she will insist that you do not bring any lingering conflicts to her shores.
You have my word that this will be an expedition, not a military maneuver. To honor our truce with the Horde, I have instructed the Explorers League to work in concert with the Reliquary.
Just think of all the ancient knowledge we can discover together.
The Dragon Isles is our home, not a place for outsiders to plunder. The Drakthir will accompany the Alliance on this journey, but it will take time to build trust between us.
As a fellow soldier, I share your wariness, Azurathel.
Splendid! You two have found common ground already.
Dude, whenever Rathian speaks, it sounds like he's lying. Like, the second... when Rathian opens his fucking mouth, it sounds like he's lying. Even if maybe he isn't lying, it sounds like he's lying. There's always some fucking sus bullshit behind Rathian's words. Like, yeah, he's just the most sussy fucking character they have in World of Warcraft. Like, absolutely sus. This guy could tell you water is wet, and you would start questioning it. You'd be like, maybe not though. I think
play the glorious First Legion
I think I won't believe
WoW
this.
And Custodes and Death Corps of Krieg.
Nice. Heathen history. Wait, you play Glorious First Legion after all, and Custodians and Death Corps of Krieg. I like the Death Corps of Krieg. By the way, thanks for the 700 bits. Did really appreciate that. Yeah, this evoker's fucking huge, bro.
Now then, let us begin preparations for our voyage. The Dragon Isles await.
See, I know we're going to the Dragon Isles, but whenever he says it, I'm thinking maybe we're not going to Dragon Isles. Maybe he's lying to me.
The Aspects will be pleased that the Council has accepted their invitation. The Dragon Isles hold great wonders and many perils.
Those who answer the call will face whatever challenges may come.
The strength of the Horde has always been its people. I am heartened to hear it. But know that the Dragon Queen will not abide conflict on her shores. The Horde honors its truth.
What fucking racism is this? Where's the orc? Not a single fucking orc. They're in Orgrimmar, by the way, and not even like a peon. Just sort of fucking walking by carrying something. No, we'll just exclude the orcs from their actual fucking home. A little fucking racist, if you ask me, but hey, you know, I don't make the rules. I just think this is a bit fucking sus.
Truce with the Alliance. To that end, the Reliquary will work together with the Explorers League on an expedition of discovery.
I expect we will learn much from one another.
Do not forget, Abyssian, that the Dragon Isles are home to the Drakthir as well. We intend to rediscover our past and lay claim to our future. Then let our peoples make this journey together, Sindrathresh. Agreed. Along the way, we can hone your combat skills, despite your obvious lack of wings.
I see there is much work ahead of us. Come then, The Dragon Isles await.
I mean, that comedy at the end there was a bit fucking mess, but never mind. Folks are listening and behind the boxes. Dude, I'm a little upset that there are no orcs, though. Have you got Twitch drops enabled? Where are you heading later? Tradlad, how you doing, brother? Yeah, I do have Twitch drops enabled. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just taking my brother to the airport. I mean, no, the comedy that I was referring to is that, and we will hone your combat skills along the way, despite your obvious lack of wings. And then apparently Abyssian was supposed to make a joke there and go, I see we have a lot of work ahead of us. And I'm sitting here going, ooh, the timing was wrong. The actual wording wasn't funny. That's not quite the joke that they were hoping for, but, you know, we'll just leave it there, I guess. My brother's going back up north. In these two cinematics, you already know there is going to be a third faction, which will make the Horde and the Alliance fight each other, and then get the dragons pissed at us. I don't know if Blizzard will go the route of Horde v Alliance ever again. And I fucking pray that they don't. I think Horde v Alliance is just, it's an outplayed mantra. It doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. All right, let's see. Dragonfly Drakthir Evoker Intro Cinematic. Let's see this.
Talons to the fore!
On the flank! Move! Evan Scales! Fall back!
Sleep.
Well, that was quick. But in saying that, can I blow your minds just a little? There's something that everyone has missed. No one talks about it. And I don't know why. Legacies, I think it's chapter 3, actually. It is chapter 3. Yeah, okay. I want to show you guys something.
Rebellion. They struck without warning, without honor, and I lost many friends this day. We fell back, regrouped. Then...
All right. That hand? What do you guys think the hand is? Everyone thinks that the hand is Tyr's hand, right? But it's not. You would be absolutely wrong if you believe that that is Tyr's hand. When Tyr and the Dragonflights fought Galakrond, okay, Tyr had one thing, two things with him. Tyr had a blade with him, and then Tyr had a strange artifact with him. During the fight with Galakrond, the artifact was lost. The artifact got knocked out of Tyr's hand, and it was when Tyr reached for this artifact, trying to get it back, that Galakrond got hold of his hand. And Galakrond actually, as you guys know, bit off his arm. The artifact has not been seen yet. It's actually referred to in the cinematic as a strange artifact. Nosdormu actually says this.
Everything became jumbled, confused.
The artifact destroyed.
The artifact destroyed. The artifact, not Tyr's hand. Nosdormu would know what Tyr's hand looks like. The artifact. So this throws a number of things into sort of question here. If this artifact is in fact the artifact that Tyr had during the fight with Galakrond, did the Dragonflights actually, by their own decision, decide to wage war against Galakrond, or were they dominated by Tyr and the Titan Keepers to do so? Remember, at that point in time, they were proto-drakes. They weren't dragons yet. They weren't aspects yet. They were proto-drakes. Galakrond is considered to be the progenitor of all proto-drakes. So Galakrond is considered at least to be one of the fathers of the proto-drakes. This artifact could have been used by Tyr to mind control some of the proto-drakes in order to turn Galakrond's own army against him. And then the whole turning into dragon aspects could have been a furthering of that. When they finally lost the artifact, Tyr knew that it was a matter of time. Without the artifact, the control that he had over the dragon aspects would wane. And the dragon aspects would ultimately turn back to Galakrond once this mind control was broken. But if they could perpetually dominate them by turning them into aspects and literally linking them to the power of the Titans, they would now be perpetually mind controlled into serving the Titans. That's number one. But there's another part in this video that I want to show you guys. Blasphemous, how you doing, brother? All right, notice how this sleep magic comes from behind Deathwing. It does not come from Deathwing. And in the previous cinematic that we literally just watched, there's someone that says sleep. And then you see that black smoke coming up, right? And that's how they all fall asleep. I mean, I'm assuming that the timeline here would be correct. But this magic comes from behind him. I know what this magic is, by the way. What's that? Do you guys see those signs? I think we refer to those as Titan runes. Because that's what the domination runes and the Titan runes look like. As the magic moved through them, these runes pop up around them. It is the runes that make them fall asleep. So no one talking about this. Not a single person referring to this. What if it was a Titan Keeper that made them fall asleep? The domination magic long before it was cool? Oh yeah, 100%. It was planned by the Jalisons Warcraft 1. It makes sense now. It was Malygos. It could have been Malygos, where the Primus learned how to use it from Amanthol. So the way I look at domination magic is very much similar to how necromancy works. Domination is simply the art of controlling the mind of a subject. But it can be arrived at through anything. It doesn't have to be just through the runes of death. It can be done through the runes of Titans. Why? Because domination magic, in my opinion, comes from the first ones themselves. It is part of the first one language. The Titans, as well as the Eternal Ones, would have, it's their parents. So they got this language from their parents, and by moving the runes around, they figured out how to create domination magic. The Titans dominated all of their keepers in this way. The Titans tries to dominate everyone in this way. It's just their form of domination magic. These runes prove that a Titan was involved in this to some extent. Either a Titan Keeper or a Titan himself was involved in making the evokers fall asleep. What now sort of maybe makes things even more interesting from this viewpoint is this is after Deathwing invited the old gods in. Did this Titan already know that Deathwing had done so? Worth the Toaster, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Or could Deathwing hide this from him? these runes, to me, at least, makes this entire thing all the more fucked up. It looks like time has stopped for them instead of them go to sleep. What made them forget everything is another question. Well, the way they would forget everything is by time stopping, right? Because it's not like they forgot the battles. They remember the battles that they were a part of. They just don't remember anything else that had happened. So it is kind of as if time stopped. Now, of all the Titans, only Amanthul has this power. Only Amanthul can stop time. Now, there is an outside chance that this could be Nosdormu himself. So Nosdormu could actually have been the one to make them fall asleep. This would be a very large double bluff. Because effectively what you would have is Nosdormu leads them to this realization, I guess you could say, that things have changed, but then he was also the one that made them fall asleep. The Meligos thing, is that confirmed, Tabisek? Because I don't know if that is confirmed yet. I haven't played Dragonflight, and I have not looked at anything in Dragonflight, so it could be confirmed. Mages do have magic over time, though, so Maligos could absolutely do it. But them in hibernation? Well, yeah. Okay, since mages can control time, Maligos could do it too. Because mages can time warp, but mages could also used to have that spell that would rewind time. So Maligos would make sense here as well. Nosdormu have plan for them, not Deathwing. Well, Nosdormu is the one that reawakened them, and he obviously has a plan for them. Deathwing didn't. Which you have to ask yourself why. Now, I don't know all of the stories that's going on in Dragonflight. As I told you guys before, I'm purposefully not looking at any stories in Dragonflight. I want to experience Dragonflight when it comes out, as it was meant to be experienced. So I'm very careful with what I watch at the moment for Dragonflight. I don't want spoilers. That's why there's so few spoilers on my YouTube channel. Because I don't know what the spoilers are. I don't look. So right now, everything I'm saying is just absolutely my own sort of speculation on what I see, not necessarily backed by anything that is in Dragonflight, because I don't know what's in Dragonflight. But yeah, the runes here suggests Titans were involved to some extent. So even if it is Maligos, it suggests that Maligos learned how to create some form of spell based on Titan magic. Because these aren't mage runes. These look incredibly similar to Titan runes. Plus, would Blizzard is very careful with whatever they put into cinematics. Very careful. If it is Maligos and it's confirmed to be Maligos, they wouldn't spend that much time making these runes. Because it's very fleeting, if you look at it. If you look at the entirety of it. See, it's a fleeting moment. If it was just Maligos, they wouldn't have taken the time to make those runes. So perfectly visible. Yeah, those are and those are. These other ones look like scribbles more. Just to sort of filter in that they all would look pretty much the same. This has to be some kind of probably from the artifact, actually. It could be the artifact. Maligos himself also studied the artifact and figured out what domination magic looks like. And so it wasn't hard for them to build this time frame or this time pause spell using Titan relics or Titan runes. This guy's feet. What am I looking at? Base to base. Doesn't fight against Maligos and Eye of Eternity have those runes? Yeah, but we've always asked about runes. The next one. This guy's feet. You mean those runes there? Compared to the circle Anduin got trapped in. It looks similar to the circle that Anduin got trapped in, no? It does have a very similar view, or very similar look to the circle that Anduin was in. Only this one clearly imprisons them within this, but then also makes them fall asleep. So it's sort of like a hybrid spell, almost. Demonius, thanks so much for the primes. I did really appreciate that. Welcome to the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The wave seems to activate the spells or reveal it to me. You could probably make that argument. So maybe the wave reveals the domination magic put upon them. Is that what you're trying to say, Caleb? So the wave puts them asleep, but because the wave goes through them, it shows the domination that is on them. Because, yeah, these look like Titan runes to me. Could be wrong, because there's one big issue with this theory, and that is we don't know what the runes mean. Because you have Titan runes, you have Titan Keeper runes, you have magical runes, which is something that mages use. All mage spells come with some form of a rune. And we don't really know, because it's never actually been explained, the difference between the runes. Like, no one's ever spent time writing an actual chapter in a book explaining this is what a magical rune looks like, and it looks like this versus this is what a Titan rune looks like, and that's why they're different, or even what they mean. It's never been, like, dove into at that length or depth before. So right now, whenever you see a rune, you can kind of go anywhere with that rune. Because this could just be normal magical runes. The question that I would have then is more of a semantical one. Why would Blizzard go through the effort of making these runes, putting them into the cinematic? They wouldn't have to, right? Because they're already showcasing that they fall asleep by literally just stopping all movement. And you already have the circles with runes in them on the floor. You didn't then also need to put the runes, like, you know, coming out of the floor, so to speak. So, P. Diddley, it's a different color to domination magic in death. We don't know what domination magic from the Titans look like. Blizzard is very specific. You are correct when it comes to magical sources and their colors. But these are also two different magic types. It's domination, but it comes from two different sources. One is fueled by arcane. The other is fueled by death. So there's a good chance that they could look different. It's stasis, something we have seen before, just in crystals instead of circles. Circle alone. I mean, the fact that you have the Titan artifact that literally was used to mind control. This artifact was used to mind control the evokers, the Drakthir. And now you see those runes on the Drakthir. It is not a coincidence. Tyr had this artifact with him during the Galakron fight. This exact artifact is used to mind control. I don't know. The coincidences stack up quite quickly, and you know, one can be considered a coincidence. Two, yeah, you could probably still make the case. Once you get to three, you kind of go, I don't know. I think someone's trying to tell me something here. So yeah, that's my theory at least. Everyone can have their own. But I wanted to share that with you guys because I've been sort of looking at this for a really long time now. Just realized the crystals are similar blue to the runes. Yeah, well, Well, you mean this crystal? I'd say this is a bit darker, but it could be. Yeah, from my opinion, at least, domination magic is literally just... it's just a form of magic, and you can fuel that with whichever power source you want. So you can go arcane, you can go death, you can have light. We know that the light dominates as well. We saw that during the Alternative Draenor campaign. The light can dominate as well. So you have a lot of a lot of different sources of domination that can be played out. Sargeras exercised domination over Argus using the foul. So again, you know, all of this shit is possible. Tasty, you motherfucker. 18 months, part of the DJ Nation. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Even the entrance to the Eye of Eternity has runes everywhere. Runes are everywhere, bro. We made a video on this all the way back in BFA, I think, where myself and Apocalypse spoke about the different runes in Azeroth. If you look at the sword, Frostmourne, filled with fucking runes. You look at, there's statues that have all of these runes on them. There's runes on the floor to, whose crypt is it again? Is it Uther's crypt? Might have been Uther's crypt, may have been someone else's crypt, but there's runes on the floor there. Runes are found literally everywhere on Azeroth, and no one knows what those runes mean or where those runes come from. They're just everywhere. And we know that it's not a language that we speak because we don't speak with runes. We have actual words and letters that we use. So it can only be some kind of primordial language. And the only primordial languages we know of would be that of the Titans. Titans are the first ones. Lordaeron has the runes too. Yep. Active in the same shade of blue. Can you rewind to right before the lightning breaks the artifact on Deathwing's hand? Yeah. I mean, we can go back even further. So no,
will precisely.
if you look at the artifact, so...
Our devotion and discipline were unmatched.
That is the artifact. The glove is literally just housing the artifact. But the glowy bit, that circular glowy bit, that is the artifact.
A Titan artifact? That must be the source of your unity. This was an ancient magic that bound you to his will. Would you not sacrifice yourselves at his whim?
It is just interesting that Tyr had that exact fucking artifact with him during the fight with Galakrond. It might be, boys, I'm not saying that it is, but it might be that Deathwing figured out that they have been mind-controlled.
I keep bribing in advance. These are fan-made chapters who are legitimized by GW as the potential science of the lost Primarchs.
I appreciate the bribe, brother. I'll add this to the list as well.
This video can...
I'll add this to the list. There's just more of those another day. I really appreciate it, bro. Glows white. Yeah, it just glows with light, from what I can tell. I don't know. There's a lot of things that sort of bother me. Within the story of within the stories of World of Warcraft right now. There's a lot of questions that have not been answered. Alright, so let's say Dragonflight, Razageth Escape Cinematic, Forbidden Reach Finale.
Mistress of the storm, the primal powers have risen to set you free.
Oh, shit. Knocked the fuck out is what happened there.
The elements sing. They herald a new age for this world. Have you found my kin?
We know where they are imprisoned, Storm Eater.
Soon, their bonds will be broken. Ah, and what is this? The brood of Neltharion. I felt his demise reverberate through the earth, and reveled in it. Perhaps you wish to share his fate.
I had wished to become what he was meant to be. What he should have been.
You do not fathom what dragonkind was meant to be. But you will. Go! Tell them we will scour this world of the Titan's stain. Let the storm be the harbinger of our return.
Bro, okay, so let's just go back a little and listen to...
And reveled in it. Perhaps you wish to share his fate.
I had wished to become what he was meant to be. What he should have been.
You do not fathom what dragonkind was meant to be.
So, I still believe this. When you go back to the beginning, when she first breaks out, she speaks about the elements and how the elements have envisioned a new era for this world. So let's just go...
The elements sing. They herald a new age for this world.
All right, so you have to understand something. Before the Titans arrived on Azeroth, what was on Azeroth? You had the Elemental Lords and you had the Old Gods, the quote-unquote Black Empire of Azeroth, right? The Elemental Lords were in constant war with one another, but they were the primordial forces of Azeroth. They were the first ones here. Then the Titans arrive, and what does the Titans do? They imprison the Elemental Lords. That's like the first thing they do because they don't like the war. It's way too chaotic. So they imprison all of the Elemental Lords. Then they imprison all of the Old Gods. Basically, this is what Titans do. They come and they dominate. They basically, they force what they believe to be the blueprint to a prosperous world onto Azeroth. And then they go further and they basically remove any mention or piece of evidence of any sort of creation existing before they arrived. And they justify this by saying, can anything truly have been created before it has been ordered? Sebi Webs, how you doing, brother? This is sort of the Titan blueprint. So the Titans subverted and subdued the Elemental Lords. The dragons, and this is so important, dragons are the children of the elements. This is where the dragons come from. They were created by the elements. They served the elements. When the Titans imprisoned the Elemental Lords, the dragons were basically trapped on the outside. They could never return to their realms again because their realms have been closed off. So when Razagev sits here and she says that you do not fathom what dragonkind was meant to be, she's not lying. They were meant to be so much more than what the Titans ultimately made them. The gift that the Titans sort of bestowed upon the 5 dragonflights, in my opinion, was to limit them. And I'll tell you why. Proto-dragons seem to have this incredible affinity for consuming magical types. This is why whenever there's any sort of taint on Azeroth, the first beings you will see that succumb to it is the dragons, the proto-drakes. That's why you have things like foul drakes, and you have void drakes, because they seem to absorb, like sponges, just absorb magical energies. And that would make sense because the elements is sort of the building blocks of all magical types. So when you have dragons that are literally elemental forces, they're children of the elements, they're going to be very susceptible to all kinds of magic. The Titans, with their ordering, limits the aspects to a singular magical type. So Alexstrasza and her brood become the dragons of life. They have no access to any other type of magic but that of life. Ysera, they have power over the dream. They have access to no other types of magic but for the dream. So their gift is a limiting factor. Rather than dragons being free to accept and practice any type of magic they want, the dragons are instead hyper-focused and specialized in a singular type of magic, and the only way they can really dominate is together. Because if you put all 5 of the dragon aspects together, they have power over all magic. But you need them together. Because that's the only way that works. If you have one, it doesn't function. One alone can't do it. This is why Deathwing, in my opinion, continuously experimented with the dragonflights. Look at all of Deathwing's experiments. He was obsessed with combining all of the dragonflight magic into a singular creature. He tried it with the evokers on a very small level. With the chromatic dragons, he tried to go full blown. They ended up dying. They couldn't fucking survive. But that was his ultimate plan. All of his experiments led to the chromatic dragons. That was the one that he was hoping